Warrior here because the zone is going to start pushing you through. There's Pepper who goes down. We talked about him earlier. He does finally make his way over. And if he had to go over that left side, that would have been very uncomfortable for him, but he's going to just opt to go right over that player heavy snipes.
Play here, Boyer.
Oh my goodness.
Catches him. It's like a fly trap. Oh my gosh. The jump, immediate trap, and ramp placement from Boyer shows exactly why he is one of the most cognizant players right now.
To have that reaction when the heavy snipe comes in.
Oh my God.
To just know that that's going to happen. Mongraal takes out Hupek. Man, Mongraal, every time I see him in a position like this is so scary for all these players. Look, he even takes an RPG shot in the middle of all that pressure on high ground. He has two of them, Lupa. I'm not sure why he has this.
Double rocket is the strat. Didn't you know that? Come on, Balla. Get with the times, man. Mongraal literally thinking 5 steps ahead of everybody else at this point. 64 points. Everybody, just look at the number. That is absolutely ridiculous.
That is so nice, actually. The time to get that reload off when you're on high ground earlier in these moving zones. Now it's through the 8. He does manage to get that reload off, and nobody expects a double RPG. Nobody.
Honestly, it does kind of blow my mind that Mongraal's embracing 2 rockets right now. Mongraal and Boyer, a little face-off here. Mongraal's reloading. Those rockets do take quite a bit of time, so he's going to try and load those ahead of time in case an engagement like this one shows up. Gets a light tap there with the pump shotgun.
No more mats, though. That's why he couldn't actually fight for that, because he spent so much time reinforcing that. Does get the RPG just barely through the stairs. He's going to make an edit down and now start pressuring. But remember, no mats, and another shot does not connect there. Does try. Did knock him all the way down. That player falls.
The fall damage down to 4. He's got 4 HP.
Oh,
catches Omer off guard.
The stink grenade, though. He needs to get out. Yes.
He's still in it. 3 builds left.
Going over the hill, though.
He's going to have to utilize other players' structure at this point, reloading those rockets. He's still sitting on 6 shots between the 2 of them. Okay.
It's not actually going over that hill. It's going to start going down. He actually needs to break a hole through so that he can continue his path down and get through cover. Yes, barely. 2 HP. Are you going to do this, Mongraal? No way. No way can you survive in this situation.
Jamming himself underneath the structure, he might actually, his head might have been poking through the floor. He's staying just ahead, just out of sight. Does the player see him?
Yes,
I don't think so. The drop in. Gets the shot off and gets the elimination. Mongraal literally putting on a clinic of why you need to pay attention to what's going on.
Everybody,
are you kidding me?
Just fell.
Picks up 3 balls.
Launch pad. He's going to launch pad off. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? 13 eliminations. There's still 4 players left, including him. Add it down! No way are you doing this right now, Mongraal! No way! Top 3 situation now. Gonna get the time for the minis. Still needs to find 2 more. Not sure who he's fighting. It's Alec on high ground and then Zur. Mongraal took down every single player that we talked about earlier in the lobby. And now reloading the double RPG as well. Zur is gonna go down in another one. Mongraal, are you kidding me? There is no way you just did that. All right, see you, Lupo.
I gotta go. I'm out. For real, are you kidding me right now? That's absolutely
down, unfortunately. Now you can see Slayer trying to find an angle on this player and able to get Teaser there going down, no problem, but getting pushed jack.
Oh no, that's a quick heavy snipe play, but no! Somehow Slayer turns it around. The aggression doesn't pay off. Remember, 50 health on elimination. So going from 31 HP up to 81. And here's a perfect example, right? Sudden down of Slayer making this rotation happen. Now because they stayed alive long enough, they got the placement points. Potentially another elimination coming on in here. Now top 15. So that was what? A 7-point swing right there? 8-point swing right there? Since we went on board with Slayer, a brilliant, brilliant start to their day.
Yeah, absolutely massive, particularly when we're in kind of this early stage of the games. Don't forget, it's a 3-hour window or 10 matches. But you see, there's one of the players we were talking about, Atlantis' Mitro up on the high ground. And Mitro picking up an elim there. He's known for playing this high ground scenario, already sitting on 4 elims. And he has that legendary infantry rifle along with the legendary pump and putting tons of pressure down on their opponents.
That was huge right there. Only 5 assault rifle shots left up until that final limb. Now Mitro moving towards the zone. What you'll see from this player, always on the high ground. It's like it's the number one thing that the top players go for at all times. No surprise to see Mitro up here right now. Players going to be landing on him. Quick shot does miss right there, trying to keep this high ground build up, but he can't get too high up. Thankfully, he has the cliff right there to fall down on if needed. 8 players remaining. The beam with that legendary infantry rifle continuing to keep his high ground. Great placement traps down. 65 total builds left at 16 points so far in this first game.
Yeah, the poison trap did fire. You heard it go off there. That's 80 straight damage going through, bypass the shield, so picking up an Elim there. Now going to go to work from the high ground with that RPG. It's going to be incredibly hard to contest him now that we're into that 9th circle. The zone is so narrow that because he already has high ground, he can just keep raining down shots. Ons goes down. That's 7 Elims already, and he's into the top 3.
Top 3 with the high ground right now. Mitro continuing to rain down terror with this legendary rocket launcher. Another one comes on through. Midnight desperately trying to stay alive. That's a quick shotgun tag there as well for Mitro. One player still left in a baller, I believe, did just either rift or launch pad up above.
Yeah, did get rifted up to have that amount of height and
Nice
go
shot.
back down, but Midnight's going down. So it was Krakito who was in that baller, and Mitro can actually reload and get him with the RPG because of how low it is. Krakito tries to grapple back up, but loses the high ground. Mitro's just going to try and position him out here. You have Mitro in the top right, Krakito in the bottom right, wide on the left-hand side here.
My goodness, what a performance so far for Mitro in this one. Drops the campfire down. Krakito trying to dodge these rocket shots from coming on in. Health advantage still to Mitro. Krakito has all the materials in the world because, you know, they spend most of the game in that baller, but whips the build for a second, drops all the way down, and now it looks like it's Mitro's game to win. There it is. Yes, the health was ticking down, but in the end, it's not enough for Krakito. And one of the 3 players you mentioned.
Early game action, which is fine for what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get as many of these late game interactions to show for the viewers as possible, because this is where there's so much craziness late game. We're at the 6th circle now. 50 seconds as this storm starts to move south, and this is what, like, the flow can change so quickly. So seeing that number is super important.
All of a sudden, chaos ensues, but it's also the point in the game where the most point density in terms of the format, right? This is where everybody gets as many eliminations as they can, and you're getting all the placement points as well.
An opportunity here for pretty much anybody that might be stationed. If they can get into the safe zone, the next safe zone, faster than anybody else, build up a little tower, potentially, you take the ultimate high ground. You have so many players rotating in from above.
Yep.
It's almost like a shooting gallery. So like you're saying, the point density is so high right now, you're going to see a lot of shift in scoring at this moment. This rotation is so big.
Yeah, it's so big, and this is the moment. This is the moment that everybody wants to take high ground in solos, and it's going to be Wakey onto Hipich to take it as well. The high ground now, you talked about it. Look at his materials. He's going to be able to stay up here as long as he wants into this 7th zone. And all the opportunities for shots. We saw Mitro earlier taking such huge advantage of it. So many players not necessarily always paying attention to who's on top of him, where the opportunities are going to be to make sure that you're covered. Wakey looking for Killjoy. Can he get him? No, just knocks him down to about 30 HP there.
Quite a bit of damage. So in this situation, I mean, he could potentially apply pressure, but you have to realize as soon as he does, he's giving up ultimate high ground potentially from players like the ones right in front of him.
Yep.
So missing that elimination, kind of bad luck, but he has so many opportunities, like the one he just picked up right there for the 4. Those are going to present themselves, so it's not a huge loss. Still has the top down, gets a shot on Ben there.
Yeah, and this is one of those moments that it's another point in time where everybody's like, okay, I can actually go for high ground. Nice shot there onto Creed's Wakey. At 7 now onto Ben. Are you kidding me?
6 eliminations, 22 points total now. A big game already. Compact SMG from above. Just trying to spray down those bullets.
Ooh.
Puts the trap down.
No way.
Catches Ollie with the pump and goes for the second one here. 23 points total now. Still sitting 100. He's waiting.
Holding with the boogie bomb. Just barely. Does he get him? Yes, actually, Storky was in that boogie. He's going to try to chase him down, but he actually lands in the tree. He's going to go all the way down to low ground now. Wakey, this is so good. Nobody can see that the tree is in the way, or nobody can see that he's on high ground except these players right here. Is he going to be able to find another one? 70 limbs right now. Needs to follow up. No. Just taking his time, biding his time. There's so much time right now until that final zone closes.
He is in such an advantageous position because you see top right of your screen, that branch, even though it's just one, as the circle's moving, nobody's going to look out there and see it. So he could have held that. You saw it drop down there. He could have held that as long as he wanted. And the circle moving straight south now. We're on the last one here. 7 players left. You see the feed in your top left there as more and more go down. Laganigas picking up the 3rd elim, 18 points. A lot of players at this level kind of in range of each other point-wise, which means every elim right now could mean the difference between landing top 3,000 or not making it. Moby, 1 HP at the bottom. See him rotating in, just barely staying ahead of Storm, and he can't. Sunny gets the elimination. 5 players left.
This is important here. Laganigas doesn't want to go down. He actually does manage to stay up as Storky takes out Selu down there. So 4 players left. Wakey starting to go on to Storky. Is that going to actually go to a head? No, it's not. Wakey Does go back on high ground, gives Storky a little bit of opportunity to heal. He's going to get it, but the boogie bomb comes in.
Legani's not able to one shield, but he's going to take too many ticks. The Storm Meteor takes 10 damage there.
Nice, he has the campfire as well. But that's not going to last for long as this continues to move. We do have only a short time till it fully closes. Wakey all the way going to the Storky now. And it's a hole, they all fall to low ground. Unfortunately, Legani Gas does take out Sunny. That's a huge elim. He gets the siphon as well from that. Wakey now pushing his way down. It's all tempo. He's trying to get over towards it. Legani Gas just one layer above him. He's staying inside the zone now, but Wakey is on a disadvantage. He's going to try to break through. Is he going to get the shotgun shot? Yes! Takes out Legani Gas at the last second there. If he took one more tick of Storm, he would have gone out.